Hello and welcome to Coffee with the Angels. Today is February 6th, 2018, and I'm Katie Keefer of awakentheinnerlight.com and coffeewiththeangels.com. So you can go to coffeewiththeangels.com and check out all the ones that have been posted so far. The last several have videos. The earlier ones do not, so they're text only. Also, if you go to that blog itself, you can get just the text of the angel messages. So anything that is other than the text that I read, you only get in the videos. So if you want the text only, it is in the blog, and that is the only thing that's there. So to keep it short and sweet for today, which is we have 4 pages instead of a typical 2. Today's message is about the truth about expectations. And so here we go. The angels say, expectations are created through a lens of experience. Previous experience of situations develops future expectations. In many ways, this serves you well and provides stability to your world, mind, and body, something needed for health, maturity, and well-being. We encourage you to gain the highest discernment of which expectations are serving you and what needs changing. In this time of great change, many once reliable knowns are becoming unknowns. An expectation that things will be a particular way does not serve you now. There is a vast difference in knowing an expectation. When you have expectations, ask for creator's perspective and truth. As you come into greater alignment with source and soul, your expectations raise and are less rigid. Even your neuro pathways are more flexible. This is one of the great gifts of higher frequencies and vibrations. Where once cognitive dissonance would be painful and create fear, now you can be open with curiosity. Your expectations change. Yes, you will have them. More like a silicone mold you can flex and change. The very nature of humanity is changing, albeit slowly. In order for the physical body to join spirit on this journey, it must be a pace kind to the body. Most notable is the brain. If you attempt to make hard and fast change to the brain, it hurts and won't work. You must allow the brain time to get acclimated to changes made. Yes, you can make instantaneous changes energetically and intuitively, yet there is still a space of time required for these changes to settle in and become normal. The expectation that energetic changes are all-consuming and permanent is faulty. Most often, they are the foundational groundwork. If you make energetic changes that will and do change behavior, yet expect the same old patterns, you will revert to the same old patterns. As you heal and change, so too must your expectations. The virtues of openness, curiosity, and faith are quite helpful in loosening your grip on the rigid expectations. Having expectations is a good thing for humans, as it helps you navigate your world and relationships. It is simply time to upgrade to gentler, more flexible expectations. When you do so, the universe has much more ability to assist you and work in your favor. It is part of getting out of your own way. Also, know that you can still expect particular things, like traffic lights and signs, to remain firmly reliable in their messages and meaning. What you expect in the physical world that helps you be safe will change the slowest if it changes at all. Remember to connect to Creator, to Source, when you have questions and need clarity, when you feel expectations shifting or being too rigid, connect and ask for the highest truth and perspective. You will receive it, though it may not be in a form you would expect. And that's what the angels have to say. So this has been a wonderful communication from the angels, and I really appreciate the humor in it as well. So expectations is something myself I have had to learn to change and to move into a sense of openness and wonder and curiosity. It makes it so much easier. And I have experienced that the energy work really is foundational. Belief work changing, it does and can change how you think. I've watched clients shift and change their thinking in the middle of a session. I've watched it. I have watched some sustain it, and I've watched some start to revert back. And it's just a matter of, there really is an element of practice. And I've watched this within myself too. If I ignore the changes that I've made for myself in a way of, oh yeah, it will just be, and I expect, oh, it will just be. Sometimes it doesn't quite stay. Sometimes there is practice that goes into it. I have to practice how I think. When I see that old pattern coming up and going, oh no, we made changes to that. So what were the changes? What is the new pattern that we chose to have? Okay, so if there's something in this old pattern that we need to know, just let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to stay in this new pattern. And that does take a level of self-awareness. And we're not going to be 100% with it, and we don't need to be. But it is important to recognize that practice and conscious awareness of the changes made are important. And sometimes that is why simply just pulling the energy out of something may not be as effective as what people really want, because they're not conscious of what is changing. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So when it doesn't work, there often is a big part of, they don't know what's changing, they don't know what's being pulled out, they don't know the details that they really need to know, or it's just a part of an issue that's being pulled out. And so there's just more to do, and practice matters. You can pull the energy out of something, but then the awareness of, as you move through the rest of your day and the next several days and continuing on, oh, well, what is different? Oh, that's what's different. That awareness level really matters. And it makes a difference between something really giving you the shift that you're looking for and ending up reverting back to the way things used to be. And so expectations of energy work I've seen a lot of times are, how do I say this? The expectations are too high sometimes. And I know because I did it. I did it. Oh, we just changed this belief and everything's different. Well, there's truth in that. And it's also not what I expected it would be either. It's completely different than I would have expected. It is helpful and it matters and it's important, but it's not a be all end all. Oh, just change this one belief and everything in your entire world will change. That whole situation will change. And you know what? I've found that most often it's just more complex than that. Sometimes, yes, it is that easy. Most often, though, there's just more to it than that, and so it's just a journey. So stop expecting the destination. Expect the journey and take it. be on it with a sense of openness, with a sense of curiosity. Ooh, what is this? A sense of wonder. Ooh, that's what happened. That's cool. Okay, so let's keep that going, or let's watch for that to happen more frequently. Let's watch how this interaction is different than when a similar thing happened before. When you approach it with a sense of openness, wonder, curiosity, and faith, it makes a huge difference. It relaxes the tension even in your body, and it allows you the space to see things in a very, very different way. And those expectations that were hard and fast really aren't there anymore. So I encourage you to practice this, practice being more curious, practice recognizing when things are different and celebrating it with a sense of wonder and joy. And, things are not always going to be in the form that you would expect, which is why it's important to release those hard and fast expectations and be a little more flexible, especially in spiritual, mental, emotional type experiences when you know you're growing and changing and you are really actively changing your life. So that is really all for us today. Okay, we are good. So I hope you have found this to be beneficial and helpful. And if you have, that's wonderful. I appreciate it that the angels bring this forward and that I get to share this. This is just so much fun for me. And the videos are becoming much easier, and sometimes I don't even go back and watch them. So be kind, please. If you see stumbling or anything, it is what it is. And this is one of my lessons to learn, is that just move forward and do your best and trusting in the angels and in the all that is, which I do. So this is me practicing my trust in my faith. And I encourage you to do the same, however that works and looks for you. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope that you really go forward and open up your sense of curiosity and your sense of wonder and just see what might be different. All right. So that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.